The first day's Superstock qualifying session saw a clash between Honda and BMW machinery, and Friday was no different. Where Dean Harrison had just missed out on the top spot on day one, he and his CBR 1000RR managed to eclipse long-time rival Peter Hickman with a 132.853 mile-an-hour lap this time round. Hickey wasn't far behind, also breaking into the 132 territory on his second lap, closely followed by Davey Todd. The 2810 Racing teammates closed out the session separated by just 0.7 of a second after 17 minutes of flat-out riding between the hedges of the Isle of Man. A single flying lap was enough for Michael Dunlop to manage a 130 mile-an-hour circulation, while the feel-good story of 2025 is Ian Hutchinson's return to form. After a Northwest 200 podium, the M-Lap racer now has his heart set on the TT podium, and being in the top 5 on Friday's running, a trophy is looking as likely as ever. The second Superbike session kicked off in beautiful conditions, showing the Isle of Man at its best, and Davey Todd's first lap showed what the 810 BMW can do at its best, completing the TT course in an average speed of 132.673 from a standing start. Todd's teammate and 810 Racing co-owner confirmed the squad had pace across the board, sitting just behind on the number 10 BMW, lapping in 17 minutes and 14 seconds. The sunny conditions clearly favoured local man Connor Cummins. He wheeled the number 11 Burrows Racing BMW to a 131 mile-an-hour lap time. Late on in the session, it would become a Manx 3-4 in Friday's standings as Nathan Harrison placed his number 19 H&H Racing Honda into P3. After just missing out on a big bike win in 2024, Michael Dunlop was clearly eager to get the laps in and also showed pace, jumping to P5 late on Friday's first session with a 129.965. Friday's qualifying session was a day for the history books in the sidecar class. Callum and Ryan Crowe set a new all-time sidecar qualifying lap record on lap 1 with a 119.7 mile-an-hour tour of the TT course, and the Manx brothers then smashed it on their second lap with a 120.202. It didn't take long for Dunlop's day one time to be eclipsed on a warm and sunny Friday session. On his second lap out on the Honda CBR 600RR, Dean Harrison put in a 128 mile-an-hour lap, not only leapfrogging the Supersport specialist to first place in the overall standings, but also breaking the Supersport qualifying lap record in the process. Despite a final 127.7 mile-an-hour bid to one-up the Honda rider, Dunlop would eventually slow into the pits, accepting second place in both the session and the overall standings. Third place would go to Peter Hickman on the Trooper Triumph by PHR Performance with a 127 mile-an-hour lap, closely followed by Davey Todd, who, despite only setting one lap time on his Paget's Honda, broke into the realms of 126 miles an hour. On to Supertwin, Michael Evans would go on to set the early pace in Friday's qualifying session with a 121.4 mile-an-hour lap on his second tour of the TT course. But in the dying moments of the session, tinted by the summer sun, winner of the last 3 Supertwin TTs, Michael Dunlop, flew to a 122 mile-an-hour pace and the session lead. All that despite slowing for yellow flags out on course. Dominic Herbertson jumped to the top 3 aboard the number 13 Passion with an 18-minute 40-second lap, whilst Mike Brown and Davey Todd completed Friday's top 5, all at over 120 miles an hour. On Friday evening, qualifying 3 got underway, but unfortunately the session was red flagged during the first lap. The rider involved was Peter Hickman, and at the time he was airlifted to Noble's Isle of Man Hospital, where he was reported as conscious and stable. We wish him all the best.